going to talk a little bit this time about the business portion of Plexus. I'll be talking more about the product itself, but today I wanted to talk a little bit about the idea of how Plexus works. I mentioned before that it's multi-level marketing, which is relationship-based marketing, which just means that an organization has decided to advertise through other people rather than buy a lot of advertising in TV and newspaper. Well, we don't use newspapers anymore, but in digital media and things like that. You may not have heard a lot about Plexus because that's not how they market the product. I'm going to talk a little bit about how they do market the product with you by sharing my screen. I hope you can see this. So if you've heard of the term Plexus, you've probably heard it in the context of solar plexus, and that's the place in the body. There's a couple of different plexus areas, but it's where bundles of nerves get together, where they intertwine and they pass each other in a central location. It's like a hub, right? So Plexus has taken this idea that a cord of 3 strands is not easily broken and implemented it into a wonderful marketing strategy that allows us to work together to accomplish our goals. And so when I invest in Plexus, I become a small business owner. Basically, I have my own business. And when I share it with other people, they buy their product using my webpage, then, well, it's not my product. When they buy Plexus using my webpage, then they get a portion of their profit to come back to me. And so that's what Plexus has done. They decided to invest half of profits back into the national organization. So that's what they use for staff, and they're not very well staffed. You can tell by looking at their webpage that they're not putting a lot of money into web design, which I personally think is great because I can help somebody work through a web page. It's not that complicated, but where they're putting the other half of their money is into the pockets of their ambassadors, into people like me who are sharing what I know with others. And so half of the profit goes to the organization, half of the profit goes back to the people that are talking about the product and sharing it. And then if I share it with 3 people who decide that they want to try it, and then one of them decides to share it with 3 people who wanted to try it, then it snowballs. It's not a negative thing. I really don't understand how that's become a negative thing, because it's not. It's people helping people and working together. So Plexus is not cheap. It's a good product, and anybody that shopped at Whole Foods knows that you pay for good products. You don't get those cheap. And so Plexus is created this way where you can get your product in a way that is manageable and affordable. And that's their Fast Start program. And this is the example of the one that's happening right now. So if you get 3 people to also try the product with you, then it essentially pays for your product, if that makes sense. And if it doesn't, I'm sorry, because I'm still learning.